guys, it's your girl's Women Warrior back here again with another video. Today I'm coming through on a live cooking session for you all. I want my ladies to learn how to cook because it's came to my attention that a lot of you ladies just don't know how to get down in the kitchen. So you got to know how to get down in the kitchen. Hey, we got husbands to feed, we got kids to feed, we got households to run. So let's learn how to get down in the kitchen and show you all some good, healthier choices. Somewhat kind of healthy. But today we're going to be doing cabbage. The cabbage is not going to be fried or anything. Like I said, somewhat healthy, no potatoes in it. This is going to be boiled cabbage with onions and the seasonings in it. I have onions cut for the cabbage itself to go in once it's stored. All of this is cut because I'm making Philly steak subs as well. This is wheat bread. I picked it up from my local Walmart, and you can see that price tag on there, $2.98. Not bad for some wheat bread buns. Something quick. Here's my cheeses that I'm going to be using. So Sorrento for my Philly steaks. And here's my Worcestershire sauce. And let's get cooking, ladies. With this right here, I'm going to be my cabbage right here. You find you a pot. Don't need a really big pot like that. Pot that size. And again, this is organic cabbage as well. So you just pile that in there. Get your cabbage in. Looking yummy, ladies. Looking yummy. This is a prep. It also will be a part 2 of this video once everything is done. But this is to show you all how to get it started and get it cooking. Okay, we put that in there. Looking good, ladies. Looking good. Me personally, I don't use tap water, so I prefer bottled water. We're gonna cut that on, and as you see, we cut that on to about 6 because it's going to boil. I used bottled water. I don't really use tap water when it's food that I'm going to eat and not just rinsing off. So I just pour the bottled water in there. Gives it that fresh taste as well, because you don't know what minerals sometimes coming out of that spigot. Got my seasonings here. You know you got to season up your cabbage. A little bit of Lowry salt. A little bit of black pepper. Seasonings is very important. Yes, I do season up my cabbage. And I put a little onion powder on it as well. Just a little. Let that get cooking. Let that get started. Then that's when we bring in the onions. We bring in those onions that I told you. I cut 2 different sizes. This is the onions for the cabbage. And I just spread that on there. Looking yummy. I can't wait to try, y'all. I'm hungry. I hope this makes you all hungry too. And you want to try this. Cook a good healthy meal for the day. Keep you healthy. And we just let that go. Let that get started. One more ingredient that we must have in the cabbage is a little bit of butter. Gotta have butter, and as you can see, I'm using Country Crock original butter. I'm really not a big fan, but the butter gives the cabbage more taste and more flavor. So I don't put a lot. I got that about that much on there. I'll put it in the corner there. And some in this corner. Don't really need a lot. I'm not really a big person on butter and all the fats, so that's enough butter for that. That's our Country Crock. Now, let's get in with our steaks. And these are the steaks that I'm going to be using. And these are in a different place because, hey, you want to keep your vegetables and everything separate from your meats that has blood in them. You do not want to put that together. So let's get these opened up. And these are sirloin tip steaks. Cut thin, ready to go. You gotta have your strainer. You gotta have your strainer. And I just place that there. I open this up. Take out my steaks. Flat surfaces, no food, nothing around to get contaminated. My cutting board is out the way. it's dirty, which I would not be using nothing on that. And what I like to do, and I have gas heat, guys, so my water is gas as well. It's hot, my hot water is gas, so that gets really hot. And I'm really big on just rinsing off my meats. And I'm gonna let that rinse. Cut it down some, and you can see that steam. You guys see that steam coming up from that? Ooh, that's how you know that's getting good and done. And then, while that's doing that, I grab me a little bit of this, and again, organic olive oil. I'm going to cut the stove on again to about 5.5. I'm going to place, just get you a skillet. I'm going to place some olive oil. And not a whole lot. You see, not a whole lot at all. This is very good, very good. It's expensive, but it's very good for you. And I kind of just like to mix it around in there. Make sure that every side is getting that olive oil. Put it on there. Let it heat. I actually gonna cut it up to 6 to let that heat. Our steaks are looking good. Look at the difference in the steaks that I already done. See my steaks compared to after I rinsed them off. My steaks are ready. Compared to those right there, they're ready to go in the oven. I mean in the pan. And what I do, because I'm very big on how I handle my food, because that's real important in these days and times, is how you handle your food. You don't want nothing to influence your food, putting no bacteria, anything you don't want. And what I do, see that water got it falling apart. You just lay it in there, spread it out, because these are thin steaks. Very thin steaks, very, very thin. But perfect for Philly cheesesteaks. Very perfect for Philly cheesesteaks. Very, very perfect. Okay. We let those start cooking. We wash our hands. Have to get our hands clean. We have to get our hands clean, because we're touching food with blood and just food all together. We don't want bacteria. Now to the seasoning part. I put a little pepper on these. Not a lot. I add a little garlic. And I like to do one side of my steaks with garlic and pepper. Okay? Then what I do is after I put garlic and pepper on those sides of the steak, I flip them. Ooh, look, they already starting to cook. Looking yummy, delicious. Starting to cook already. I flip them after I put that on there. Don't like to put all the seasonings on one side. I like to season both sides and kind of spread them out so that they can cook. And I'm going to leave that. I'm going to get my Lowry salt. And I'm going to put a little Lowry salt on these steaks. Not a lot, just a sprinkle or two. Then I'm going to do a little bit of onion powder on this side of the steaks as well. And we are going to let those cook. So what you think so far, ladies? Do you think it's easy enough for you to do? Do you think that it's something that if you need tips on it, leave comments down in the section below. We're going to let this cabbage cook. We're going to let these steaks fry. These steaks are not going to take long at all to fry because it's thin steaks. But I have more that I have to throw in because I am cooking for a family size dinner tonight. So we're going to let this cook. We're going to let that cook. That's the start of the video. It will be a part 2 once everything is about to get done and we're ready to sit down and eat. But until then, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, Women's Warrior. Thank you.